Welcome. Another tea time at 10. Okay. What do we do first? We warm the teapot and the teacups. To prepare the pot for the tea. Everything in life comes out better when we prepare. And the teapot can symbolize our body or our life. We want to make changes and progress to our lives. Most people do. But without preparing your body, without preparing your life, it's hard to make progress. If you plan to do your dream vacation to Paris, you start with a plan and the execution date. And maybe it's 6 months from now. So for that to happen, you have to prepare. You have to save your money. You have to research and plot your path. What will your journey be like? Maybe even learn some French would be a great way to prepare. And within 6 months, you can learn a lot. And when that time gets to the point where it's time to take that flight, you're prepared. You know, your home is in order, all your other responsibilities are in order. You know some French, you're ready to go. Prepared for a great trip. Well, we have the other side. People have a dream vacation going to Paris. No plans. Maybe even buying a ticket the last minute. A big, fat, expensive ticket. Learning no French. Learning nothing about the journey. No plans about the journey. They could end up at some crappy hotel in the outskirts, in the boondocks of Paris, maybe in the most dangerous ghetto, and can't speak to a soul. Look at the contrast. Preparation, no preparation. So we prepare the pot. We warm it up. It's like you prepare your body. You warm it up. Whether it's for training or for an event. You want to compete in an event, or even just doing a marathon, anything. You got to prepare your body. There's a progress. There's a progression. A, B, C, D, everything leading up to the point where you can run that marathon. Because if you don't prepare, it's disastrous. So preparing the pot and the cups teaches us a lot about life, but how to prepare ourselves. I can feel the pot is nice and hot. So then, the cups are prepared. Dump them out. Now, to prepare the tea. And we place our tea pot. I always do 3 scoops. Pass. One for the present. one for the future. And also for mind, body, and spirit. And also for heaven, earth, and humanity. So we add purified water. Water represents the soul. Fire represents the spirit. Fire to the soul represents purification. And we add that to our tea, which also represents earth, or our physical existence. We let it sit a bit, because now what are we doing? We're actually purifying the tea. So the tea comes out of the ground and gets handled and packaged. It also has impurities. So the first thing we do, we work on purification. Then we pour that tea out. And with pouring out this tea, symbolizes also pouring out our impurities, something from us that we should give up. The body takes on toxins all the time, and it has to eliminate. And the tea actually helps the body to eliminate toxins. But also, the mind takes in toxins, and we have to eliminate. But also, even more strongly, the heart and soul takes on toxins, and we have to eliminate. If we don't eliminate, those toxins make us ill. But the same way you can become ill physically, mental toxins can make you ill mentally. Emotional toxins can make you ill emotionally. Can close you off, can tighten you up, can make you numb, can do all kinds of things. And the heart and soul has an effect on the mind, just as the mind has an effect on the heart and soul. But when the heart and soul affects the mind also affects actions, how you do things. 10 people can do the same thing, yet do it differently. 10 people can experience the same thing, yet experience it differently. 2 people at a party, one ecstatically happy, one miserable. It's the same party, but their experience is different. 2 people at a picnic, one's ecstatic with joy, it's wonderful, another one's miserable. Same picnic, but they experience it differently. Young man opens the door with the lady, opens the door for another lady. Same man, same action. One woman, delighted. Wow, that is really nice. That doesn't happen too often. Another woman, insulted. That's sexist. You think I can open the door for myself? By the way, those are true stories. So, we gotta pour out the impurities. Okay, you don't eat for a week, then go to the bathroom one time. If you do that, you're getting sick, that's guaranteed. In fact, you are sick. And after a while, you are real sick and then you're dead. Impurities, right? You don't eat and don't go to the bathroom for a month. You're gonna. So think about it. So mentally, stuff is coming all the time. Negative news, crazy stuff, people not nice to you, right? And they hit you here, right? Sometimes very confusing. And then sometimes they go deeper and they hit you here. So when you hold on to them, that's toxic. We have to let them go. So a really good practice is letting them go every day. That's part of having a profound personal practice. It's not just your physical training, right? It's also your mental, emotional, and spiritual training. So we get rid of toxins and we think for a moment about what are we giving up? What did we just let go? We send in gratitude because it may have served us in some way. May have served the you of the past in some way or the you of yesterday, but it will not serve the you of today or the you of tomorrow. So we give gratitude to it and we send it. We give it back to the universe. The universe will make great good out of it. Just like, the trees give up stuff, give up oxygen. That's good for us. We give up carbon dioxide. That's bad for us. What's good for the tree? So what we give to the universe has a positive effect out there somewhere, and what we get has a positive effect. We have to make sure we're not taking in toxins, right? And if we do, we'll let it out. Just like when you inhale, you breathe in. When you exhale, you're getting rid of toxins also. Okay, now, we pour our first cup. Now we make the pot, and this is now fresh and purified tea. Close our eyes for a moment, and we send thanks and gratitude to our parents, our ancestors, and all the people from our past, friends, teachers, partners, everyone that have contributed to your life. Because all of them have assisted and contributed to you being here and now, to being the you are today. And for the tea, and you wait a moment in contemplation, keeping them in mind and in heart. And you actually spend this time with them. We allow the tea to cool off. And we send our dearly departed love, respect, and appreciation. We honor who they've been, who they've been for us, and their lives. Then gratitude, and we drink our tea. And as you feel the tea going down, you can get a deeper sense of your body. And as you drink that first cup, also the essence of their being, their lessons, their gifts to us, stay with us, and we keep them inside of us. And then, one last gratitude to them. By the way, there's been so many phenomenally beautiful people through this school. So many. I keep them with me all the time. So now, pour our second cup. This cup is about the present. Gratitude for all the great things we have now. All the great people in our lives now. All the great possibilities, opportunities we have available to us now. We are so, so, so fortunate. We are so lucky to have our health, our eyes. We can see, we can hear. Just yesterday, less than 24 hours, I talked to another student whose uncle has PTSD. And he works. I'm not telling what his job is, but his job is basically having to save people. And he said for the last few months, at least twice a week, is tiny infants, babies and infants, who are on the brink of death. He's rushing to save. And then just last week, he said a woman was on the subway platform. Not last week, a while back. She fainted. She fainted and fell into the tracks. And the train came, severed both of her legs. He went down in there, underneath there, right? Handled the wounds, made sure she had water. She would be dead, but that's rough. So that has affected his mind and his heart. He's getting rid of those toxins. But also think of that woman. Her life was changed forever. That's just one account. So these things and many more things like it, and even far worse, happen every day. So we have so much to be grateful for. Not only for the things that we have, but for the bad things we don't have. Okay? Not only for the bad people that we don't have to be around, Okay, yeah, there's some bad people out there. There are people cutting off heads, burning people alive today, and far worse. Okay, we have a lot of distance from these people, so we're lucky. We don't have those people in our lives. And also, we do have good people in our lives. So this second cup is really about being grateful and thankful. Okay, and also thanking the creator, the maintainer, okay, the architect, God, for the protection that we have. Because we have no idea how much we've been protected from. You know, as humans, we tend to take life for granted. And what we have for granted, but we have no idea when somehow something avoided you from taking a drive that you were going to take. And that drive could have been a disaster. Or you change your mind about going to a particular part of town for some reason. So you don't go. But that one journey could have been a disaster. So many times we're guided, our footsteps are guided, and we're unconscious about it. So we need to be thankful for even the things we don't know to be thankful for. So we give thanks to all the people in our lives, all our abundance, all our blessings. We give thanks for our divine protection and give thanks for who you are today. And after drinking, close your eyes once more. Really be present to the gifts you have. And then, one more time, we give gratitude to this present moment. Here we go today. Then we pour our third cup. Notice I'm not counting the pots, I'm counting the cups. Because the pots will change depending on how many people you're drinking with, how much tea you're drinking. I'll just steep a little bit. And this third pot is about the future. We give thanks and gratitude. People who are coming to us in the future, they're going to bless our lives even more. We give thanks and gratitude for the people with us today who will be in our future, also bringing blessings and joy and abundance to our life in the future. We give thanks to God who clears our path of obstacles, stones, pitfalls, snakes. We give thanks to all of it. And we give thanks to our abundance of joy, love, peace, power, and wealth that is coming, that is there in our future already. Take a moment and see that, see all of that, but not only see it, feel it. Feel what you feel like when your life is exactly what you want it to be, when your life is even better than you could have imagined it to be. Your home is beautiful, safe, and secure. You have love and support in your life. Your finances are secure. Your health is good. When you wake up in the morning, you wake up with joy. When you go to sleep at night, you go to sleep with fulfillment. And you wake up again the next morning with even more joy. What's that feel like? Then open your eyes. So now, as you pour that tea, see that future, feel that future, know that future. And as you pick up your tea, see that future, know that future, feel that future. And as you drink it, that future becomes a part of you. Next to every cell of your being, every part of your mind and soul. And close your eyes and feel as the tea goes down and warms your heart and soul and your body. Feel that future in you, moving through you, becoming a part of you. That when I say feel, I mean really feel it. Allow that smile to be in your inner soul, down in your body. Allow that feeling of joy, feeling of peace, feeling of contentment, security, and abundance. And with each and every breath you take, now and always, allow those feelings to become stronger. And then slowly open your eyes. And once again, give gratitude for this gift, that future that is seeking you. And give gratitude to God who clears the way, to the Creator that built that future. And some of you were on this morning's meditation. I think I just mentioned it. Since we've been studying 5 vital skills: listening effectively, seeing effectively, thinking effectively, and sensing effectively. And how all 4 of them are a base, a foundation that lead up to acting effectively. So martial arts is action philosophy. It really is. Even though many don't practice that, the truth of the matter is it is action philosophy. Yes, it's physics, it's physiology, it's anatomy, many things. But most of all, it's action philosophy. It's doing, but not just doing the martial technique. It's also doing in life. That's why the highest levels of martial arts still practice the principles of Bushido, Budo, Mudo, Musado. These are high principles. And the true martial artist applies them to life and is continuously learning how to act most effectively, most efficiently, but also wisely. So without seeing effectively and listening effectively and thinking effectively and sensing, there's no way you can act effectively. So we have to always practice these. So our actions are correct. Our actions are beneficial, not only to yourself, but to those around you. But part of learning how to act effectively, efficiently, yes, the other vital skills are important, but you also need to have other practices. Meditation, contemplation, prayer. Oh, here she comes. See, when I go deep, she comes out here. Hey, come on, come on, come on. All right, come on. Yes. Prayer. I talked earlier about sacred acts. I gave a few. I want you just to contemplate this, think about this. How many of these are in your life? So it is not possible to do all of them. Maybe somebody can do all of them. I know I cannot do all of them. Okay? Maybe somebody can. Maybe you. Right? I fall short of the first one, but I'm going to go over a few. So, giving birth. Yeah, I can't do that. Giving birth is a sacred act. Okay? I can assist, so I can help with that act, right? But it's an act that, of course, few people can do. So being a mother is sacred. Everything you see in the world is a result of a birth. Okay? This cat is a result of a birth. The trees, result of a birth. Okay? Every animal, every fish, result of a birth. Even the earth, a result of the birth. So that's sacred. By the way, even the teapot, yes, the teapot, the table, everything. Because without the result of a birth, none of this would happen. We wouldn't be here. Another sacred act is saving a life. Not always easy. If you're a healer and a doctor, it's also challenging because you not only deal with a person's physical wounds or illness, you have to deal with their mental wound and their soul illness, where a lot of illnesses come from. So even a healer doing that is challenging. Or protecting someone from harm, that is also challenging. You have to be well skilled. You have to be smart. You have to be strong and courageous. So not so easy. Another one is teaching. That is a sacred act. Think for a second. Everything around us, someone had to teach someone. We take so many things for granted. Everything we have. Okay, getting on an airplane, going from one state to another, that's the result of thousands of teachers. That one flight. Thousands. Someone taught mathematics. Someone taught electricity. Someone taught aerodynamics. Okay. Someone taught how to pave a cement floor. Someone taught how to build the airplane hangar. Someone taught somebody how to weld. Everything. So that's a sacred act also. So I have a short list. I have a lot more, but I'm gonna give you a few because it's short of time. I'm gonna go through them real quick. So we got giving birth, saving a life, healing, teaching, right? We have Praying. Okay, praying is powerful as long as you pray correctly. What does that mean? Praying correctly. Yeah, all over the world, people have suffered. Concentration camps. Do you think that those Jews weren't praying? The arenas in Rome. Do you think those Hebrew, they called them Christians. Christian was actually a bad word back then. Now it's a good word, right? Like the N word is a good word some places, but it's actually a bad word. They're being fed to the lions, burnt alive, right? Men, women, and children, whole families. Do you think they were praying? Of course they were. Okay? When the Islamic wars went over to the Far East, to the Hindu temples and Buddhist temples and killed everybody. Do you think those people were praying? Of course they were. What happened? Where was their protection? If you pray like this, oh please, I don't want this to happen. Oh please, don't let us die. Please, don't let them burn us to the stake. Please, don't let them feed us to the lion. Please, don't let my kids die. Listen, when you pray that way, that's actually praying for that to happen. You're sending out that voice through your soul language out to the universe. Long praying. How is it that some other people should be dead? They're alive. Should be crippled. They walk. There's an opposite way. Almost like our third cup. Thank you for my healing. I am healing now. Every cell in my body is growing stronger. Thank you. There's a difference. Thank you for my divine protection. God, my every steps. There's a difference. There's a difference in the energy. The difference in what you send out. Understand? So, praying is a sacred act if you're doing it correctly. If you're doing it the opposite way, oh man, it's a horrible act. And people do that without knowing. Okay, chanting. Chanting is an alignment. There's many types of chanting. When you chant, you repeat a mantra, and it goes out. It is a vibration. It goes out constantly. It's not just the chanting. It's the alignment of your mind. It's your spirit, mind, soul, and body. Your vocals doing that. It's all in alignment. So what you keep here, if I chant also, like, if I go, Nam yo home and get killed, Nam yo, please don't let this take my car, Nam yo. I got that in my mind. I'm doing the same thing, sending out the negative. Got that? You got to be the provider of light. You have to send out light. What you send out comes back. Meditating, same thing. Some people have a hard time meditating because they bring up negative thoughts, negative feelings, and they hold on to them. That's why many, by the way, avoid meditation. They avoid because they didn't do it right. They weren't taught correctly. So when you meditate, you have to empty this pot, you clear yourself. Because when you clear yourself, right? Look, when you clear a room, you open the windows, what happens? Fresh air comes in. It's just natural. Fresh air comes in. Okay? When you empty a pot, fresh air comes in. Okay? In fact, only when the pot is empty can I put fresh water in it. If the pot is full, and if it's full of some stuff that's not so clean, doesn't matter what I put in it. It's going to have a negative effect. Have the empty. Make space. So your meditation is making space. When you make space, then you can pull in positive energy. Fasting. Fasting is kind of like meditation in physical sense, or purification. You don't eat. You drink water, but you don't eat. And when you fast, your body starts to cleanse at a rapid pace. Your mind starts to clear at a rapid pace. Your spirit moves higher and rapid pace. That's why when you check most religions, you'll find in most of the doctrines, when people fasted, there was a major shift, okay, in their connection to God. A major shift in their visions of the world, a major shift in their awareness, major expansion. So fasting. But once again, how you do it makes a difference. Someone doing it like, I want to lose 30 pounds. That's different than someone doing it for a higher ideal. Acts of love. You can't even number the possibility for how many acts of love you can do. Giving someone a bottle of water on the street. How many people out there are dying of thirst in this city? People out there in the street that don't have a dime. Kids came to the school multiple times, and I discovered in the hot summer, it was 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and they haven't had a drop of water. Some haven't had food. So, acts of generosity, acts of kindness, those are all acts of love, showing compassion. Acts of sacrifice. Yes. I'll take it back to water. Maybe you have a bottle of water. You're saving it. It's a really hot day. You're getting thirsty, but you're saving it because you have a long day ahead of you. And then there's an old lady sitting at the side on the stairwell down into the subways. And you see she's sweating. You don't see any water bottles around her. You take that water, your water, you give it to her. It's a small act of sacrifice to you, but it's a huge thing for her. So there's so many ways we can sacrifice. That's a small way, even the biggest way. We give up things that are really important to us, that really matter to us. Sometimes it's goals. Sometimes it's even a life. Sacrificing your life is one of the highest levels of sacrifice. It's big. It's tough. Then you have honoring your ancestors. Difficult for a lot of people. Very difficult sometimes, depending on the background. But your ancestors are your ancestral roots, which includes your parents. And many parents really messed up. Many parents really dropped the ball. Many parents didn't have a clue because their parents didn't have a clue. But in order to be able to bear great fruit in our lives, we got to deal with those roots. We got to clean the toxins. We got to water, add the fertilizer. We have to. Otherwise, they affect us. So even if it's not just for your own health, your future health, and your future children's health, you need to do that. And then I'll do one more, the act of forgiveness. That is also the sacred act. And by the way, if you can do that with your parents and ancestry, you're on your way to your tree blossoming, becoming really big. So anyway, I just wanted to touch upon that was covered in this morning's meditation. And for you to think about, how many of these practices can you do? How many are you doing? Because if you just do 3 of them, you have a profound personal practice. If you have 3 of them that you do consistently, that is profound personal practice. Now notice, I didn't even add tea ceremony. There are many. But what makes it a sacred practice? What you bring to it. I ain't go to Starbucks to just drink tea, just drink a latte, or I ain't go have the same latte and make it one of the most profound spiritual practices of my day. See, so it's what you bring to it and what you make it mean. In fact, your whole life ends up becoming what you make it mean. Your whole life. Even what people say to you, what happens to you. Someone opens up a door for you to get into a car, you can make it mean, oh, that's really great. Wow, Shipley's not dead. Or you can make it mean, this guy's an imbecile. He's insulting. You understand? It's the same thing. So everything in your life, right, ends up becoming about what you make it mean. And what you make it mean affects how you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you act. How you act. And how you act in the world affects your life. Okay, the woman that's like, wow, you opened the door, that's really sweet, right? She's acting too. She looks, she smiles. Maybe with a little surprise. She smiles, there's energy coming from her. The other woman, she's acting too. She looks, she frowns. A face of disgust, see? There's an action. But guess what? Based on their actions, the one that's smiling, guess what? I bet you throughout her day and life, the same energy is there. She's acting the same way. And guess what? People open the door for her more often, right? And do kind of things for her. And then the other one, guess what? I know her day is very different. Her life is different. People are not opening the door for her. They're not bringing her, hey, I got 2 cups of extra cup of coffee. Here, I want to share one with you. So I have one. They're not bringing it to her. So she's like, what the hell's with that? What does he want? There's something wrong with it. The other woman, oh, thank you. Thank you. She's getting more coffee. She's getting none. So what you make things mean does affect how you act, even if you don't realize you're acting, because your face, your 80-something different muscles, is also acting. Understand? And there's an action that goes out to the world, and the action of your face sends things out to the world, and things come back. Action, reaction. Anyway, we had a little bit longer tea ceremony today, but I just wanted to include that because that was actually, this was from the student's handbook. People know about the beginner's handbook, but there's a student handbook, instructor's handbook, master's handbook, and divine handbook. There are 5. So we go, why don't I know about this? Because you don't have them yet. I didn't get the best feedback from the beginner's handbook. Out of so many students, I said for every 100 students, maybe 5 can tell me anything about the beginner's handbook. And there's so much there. In fact, 5 vital skills are there also. And you see how much we got out of that one section on one page, page 98. So much came out of that, right? And I just touched the tip of the iceberg. So anyway, but if you develop yourself well, the beginner's handbook becomes the student's handbook. If you're really developing well, become an instructor, you realize that the beginner's handbook is an instructor's handbook. And if you're really developing well, taking yourself to a much higher level, which I can tell when they do that, just like some other masters have told me, they said, this is a beginner's handbook, this is a master's handbook. That's how I know their level of mastery, because they can see what's in that book. If they come and say, this is an instructor's handbook, I can see their level of mastery. If they come to me and say, oh, this is a student's handbook, I can see their level of mastery. You see? So they can have any kind of rank they want. That doesn't matter to me. When they come to me and say, that's the beginner's handbook? Oh, nice. Okay? It shows you where they are. And they go like, that's a beginner's handbook? This is more like a student's handbook. It shows me where they are. And if they say, no, this is a master's handbook, it shows me where they are. Okay, so that same beginner's handbook on your path in the martial arts can take you far. No matter what martial arts you're practicing, no matter what you're practicing, martial arts, yoga, gymnastics, pool, chess, tennis, okay, architecture. So anyway, be well. Every time we spend like this is a special time. You are all extraordinary and special, and when I see you, I always see you like this. I kid you not, okay? I see you like this. I know I'm this tall, but I see you this tall. I say, look at this. Look at what's coming here. Look at what's growing in this. You are so much luckier than I was. You have so much in your favor, far more than I ever had, in terms of information and knowledge and what you're getting. But also, you are so much greater and higher and just so profoundly phenomenal. Your heart, your mind, your soul. Okay, where are you going? May your path bring you to great destinations.